Hello everybody, welcome to the Daily Brick. My name is Nick, and today we are looking at set number 71050, the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse CMF series. The series itself does come with a total of 12 minifigures, but we do get quite a few of side characters that do bump it up to about 16 figs if you were to include the different animals and the different characters that are included in this. I'm going to be kind of ranking them as we go, just because this series had so many high highs, and with a lot of really good prints, a lot of amazing new molds, and some really good details that need to be discussed. We're going to start with the star of the show, Miles Morales. This is technically the second Miles Morales that we have gotten from Across the Spider-Verse, the first being included in the Miles Morales First the Spot at that little bodega deli that we did get earlier this year in 2025. This fig is going to differentiate just because he does have some different details on his arms. You can see the Venom strike ability that he has where he can charge up electricity using some of his special powers, and those electricity parts are running up his arms, and you can see his hands have also turned to a light blue color to show the electricity coming from there. That is also stretched across the entire torso. There is leg printing on this one, however, so there is a little bit of red down there by the feet and some dark blue highlights to just represent the different Band-Aid dots. This fig does come with an accessory of a spider that is supposed to represent the spider that bit him in the very first movie, so that is the Universe 42 spider. He does come with an alternate head, so that way you can do his head and then his helmet or his mask molds right there, so you can see his mask on a normal head right there. I'll put that on so you can see, but the head itself does have an alternate face print. You can see that he has a kind of a smirk smile right there. It's very Miles Morales, and then as you turn it around to the other side, he has a disappointed kind of scowl, just because this is definitely the scene where he is being told, if you haven't seen the movie yet, this is spoilers, where he's being told that his father is going to die because he is going to become the chief. Swapping his head out for that mask, you can see that there are the electricity parts running through his eyes as well, which is really cool detail for Miles. He does have the dots on both the back side and the front side. The front side of his head does show those blue dots as light blue, and they are also lit up with electricity, so this is a lot of really good detailing on the whole fig as a whole. It's definitely one of the weaker figs of the series, just because we did already get a Miles again in that previous set, but this definitely is an upgrade from that one. It is a little bit more specialized as well. Up next, we have Gwen Stacy, Spider-Woman. She does have a 2x2 tile that represents the Polaroid photo that her and Miles took in the very first movie with the bus scene. The printing on her feet are fantastic. She just have dual molded legs, and you can see the kind of Converse style has been changed out with a spider logo, so that is perfect for her, as Hobie calls them. They are her chucks, and you can see that she does have some amazing printing on the arms. You can see the neon blue with that bright pinkish color right there lining up onto her arm. Her arms are not dual molded, so they are just printed on. Her torso is pretty good as well. Very simple. I think it is the exact same torso as the one in the same set as the Spider-Man versus the Spot. Her hair mold is completely new for this set. You can see that they try to give the shaved side of the head some pretty good detailing there, and it works really, really well. It kind of fades down into the side of the head way better than I thought it was going to be, and way better than the normal blonde ponytail that we get for Gwen. I'm going to show you the fig without the accessories, so that way you can see a little bit better. And you can see right there, she does have a disappointed face print. This is when she's telling Miguel that we are supposed to be the good guys. You can definitely tell that that's sort of the line. You can see that they got her teeth, the little tooth gap that she has in the film, and that's perfect, perfectly represented. She also has the eyebrow piercing right there, and you can take her hair off, and she does have an alternate expression, definitely more of a smirk, definitely very Gwen Stacy, and it works amazingly. I love the detail on this fig. You can see her freckles as well. We're gonna take the head off so that way you can see the fig with just the mask on, and they do include the regular mask that we've been getting for Gwen Stacy for a while now, and that mask is definitely generic, and I really wish that they were able to put some sort of printing on the inside of it, just because that would be really cool if we got some of that neon coloration on the inside of the mask, but I understand printing on that piece is pretty hard as is. The eyes are definitely improved on this one. Her eyes are really big, and you can see the dots around her eyes as well to represent the different Band-Aid dots that they have for the animation style of the film, which again is amazing. I think that the detail put into this fig is just perfect, and I'm really happy that we have gotten finally a CMF quality Spider-Gwen. Up next, we have Peter B. Parker. He is sporting a lovely pink robe. This is definitely something that's very unique to any Spider-Man fig that we've ever gotten before. As you can see, he does have a baby Bjorn, and he is holding Mayday Parker with her little cowl over her eyes. That is so adorable. I love the little woven Spider-Man mask that she has, just like in the actual film. He does have dual molded legs down there, so he has white boots with some pink top of the legs right there. There is some printing that runs along the back of his back, and his arms are going to be plain, but if we take this baby Bjorn off, you can see that he is wearing his normal Spider-Man outfit underneath, and I love the printing on there. He does kind of have a gut just like he does in the films, and the blue of the pants run down to the boots, as well as the torso print does have that spider logo on the front. He does have two face prints, so one of a generic smirking smile, and the other one he is more concerned. He's got the raised eyebrows and that aftershave you can see there. He's got that 5 o'clock shadow, which is perfect for him. And the hairpiece is also perfect. The wavy, sort of dark brown, just the generic hair that we've been getting for a lot of figs recently, but his hair, honestly, that's perfect for him. Mayday Parker, again, is technically her own fig, one of the figs that brings this up to 14 or 16 figs altogether for this whole series. She is awesome. She's just got a turquoise body right there, so nothing special about that, but her head is the only different in the printing. Next up, we have Hobie Brown. This fig might be the most detailed out of all of them. I absolutely am in love with this minifig. I love the side leg printing, the printing on the arms, the printing for the head, the back of the head, and he has two heads and brand new molds for the hair and the spike piece that go on top of the mask head right there. The mold for the guitar is not new, but it definitely does have some new printing on it. You can see the spider logo on there. I'll show you up close in a second, but as you can see, I'm going to take the different accessories off really quick just so you can see the individual minifig, and oh my gosh, the printing on the torso is fantastic. We're actually going to start with the legs. The legs are dual molded from red to black. You can see the side leg printing there with some scrapes and some different ties for his shoes. You can see the bottom where his feet are. There's printing all the way across his feet on both sides of the legs. He's got some paper clips there kind of pinned in there, and then on the front you can see some more straps, and then on his torso he does have a black torso with the blue torn up spider outfit underneath, and then he also's got some pins in that black leather jacket, as well as red arms with amazing blue line printing and some really cool black and kind of silver-ish spikes on his wrists. On the back, it shows his band logo, so that is awesome, but don't worry, he does not like consistency, so you don't actually see him in the band in the entire film. But his head is perfect. He's got piercings on his lip, on his eyebrow. He has a darker skin tone than normal, so he definitely is a little bit more unique up there. And then you can also see the face print on the back is a kind of disappointed face that he makes, and honestly, that's perfect for him. That represents him perfectly, and the dreads for his hair are so incredibly cool. That new animated kind of style that he has in this new mold is represented perfectly. I love that hair mold. So many people are going to want this. I know that there are a lot of people out there that already want this hair mold for their own sig figs, and it's really, really nice. His accessories, the guitar definitely has quite a few really good details on there. You can see the shiny silver being used for all of the parts of the guitar, including the strings, and down to the bottom you can see that spider logo like I was talking about. You got some checkered stripes on there, and then a little patch with an X on there. Taking off his regular head and putting on the mask, you can see that this head is super specialized to be specifically for him. The eyes look like they are bleeding with the spray paint aspect. I love the detail there, and he does use the silver webbing as well, so he kind of reminds me of Tobey Maguire's suit, and that's really awesome. He's got that webbing on the back side of his head as well. As you can see though, all of the webbing is not lined up properly, so it's definitely askew. It's supposed to be like that, and it works perfectly. I love that they nailed Hobie so well, and I just cannot wait to see if he gets put into any other sets, especially with Beyond the Spider-Verse hopefully coming out within the next 2 years. Next up, we have Pavitra Pavatra, aka Spider-Man India. This fig is fantastic. I love every single detail on these. As you're going to see, you're going to hear me saying fantastic and amazing, and I love in every single one of these figs because they are just so well done. He has dual molded legs, so he starts with the dark azure into dark blue. I love the gold strip that wraps all the way around the side of his legs as well. He also has side printing, and you can see that there is a little bit of red, more gold, and up to dark blue, and that's just so cool. The arm printing has really good webbing on both of the shoulders that lead down into these gold bands, and the back printing and the torso printing on the front line up really well with that big, cool, specialized spider logo on both sides. You can see that the spider is very wavy. It definitely has some white accents to it, so it kind of reminds me of the PS4 suit a little bit. He does also come with an accessory of a teacup because, you know, chai tea, same as saying tea. Why would you say chai tea? That is definitely a funny detail that they included in there, and I love that. And he also has his secondary head for his mask. His face print is really, really good. His hair print is definitely something that is completely unique to him, and he only uses some coconut oil, prayer, and some genetics to get that hairstyle. So you can see on the back side of his face, he's got that, on the front side, he's actually got that normal smile, and then on the back, he's got an angry kind of grimace look right there. Put his hair back on, and you can see that he also has a headband sort of printed all the way around the sides of his head. We're gonna take the regular head off, and with that taken off, his hair does actually pop out the top of his mask, just like some other spider variants do. As you can see, the printing on his eyes are just fantastic. You can see the little webs that run up to his nose. That is just amazing, and the print there looks really, really good. I did forget to mention, this does come with Spider-Man India. This is Spider Cat. The little prints on the eyes are perfect, and I love that it's one of these little fluffy cats. Up next, we have my personal favorite in the entire set, and I know it's a lot of people's personal favorite just because he has been dubbed the chaser of this whole series. I really don't wish that people would do that just because it sort of makes certain figs feel more exclusive than the rest when they're really not, and LEGO does put an even amount of each fig inside of these CMF boxes, so I really hope that this does not continue for further series. I know the Wolfpack Beastmaster was one of the ones that kind of was dubbed the same title, but again, I hope that it stops doing that, because if we do that to every single series, then what's the point in having a randomized series? Anyways, this fig is amazing. He does not have any side leg printing, but there is some leg printing right there on the front, so you can see that he's got some red lines down there at his toes with some red triangles near his knees. He's got a lot of the detailed dots, so the Ben-Day dots. On his arms, he's got some really good arm printing to represent those big sort of fins that come off of his elbows and his wrists. On the back, he does have some back torso printing, but I want to talk about that cape. That cape is supposed to be the red pixelized cape that he has only in the beginning of the film. He sort of puts it away after the first scene that he's in, and he does not use it for the rest of the film again, but it is supposed to be dissolving into his back where his shoulders would be, so that is really, really cool. On the front torso printing is amazing. You can see that giant spider logo that runs along the entire torso. It goes from all the way from the base to the very top into the cape part again. His face is definitely perfect. You can see the face that I have on for him right now is the grimace, and he does have his vampire teeth showing, so Miguel O'Hara is part vampire. That is something that you should definitely look into. If you don't, he's a really cool character. He does use the Han Solo hairpiece, and that's honestly perfect. And on the back, you can see that he's got more of a smile, which is crazy because he doesn't really smile in the entire movie, so it would have been funny if they would have given him just a flatline face, and that would have worked really, really well, but the smile works too. The print used for his face is absolutely fantastic. You can see that he does have those two big red eyes. That is so perfect. I'm so happy that we're finally getting a Spider-Man 2099 in a brand new style, and I love the light orange highlights throughout, not only the face, but honestly the whole fig. In the red parts of the fig's design, you can see that there are like really light, really thin designs of light orange kind of in there, so something that's definitely different and unique for this particular fig. For Miguel's accessory, we actually did get Lila, which is the little holographic AI that Miguel uses throughout the film. She does have some printing on this statuette right here, and I'm gonna accidentally knock that over. So you can see on the front that there is some printing on the front that gives her a little bit of a jacket that she has in there. You can also see that there are the tiniest heart-eye glasses right there, and she also does have that in the film. So she's a very personable, very full of personality AI that Miguel does use, and she's definitely a cool inclusion, especially for Miguel. Next up, we have Margot Kess, aka Spider Bite. She was the kind of an AI as well. She is a real person, but the avatar that she uses for the film is in a different universe other than the Spider Society, so this is definitely a unique fig that did definitely call for this transparent satin color for the legs and arms. This fig is so detailed. She reminds me of the Vision from the Avengers Tower. I think that this is really, really cool with the leg printing on the side, so you can see the side leg printing right there, and then the printing on the front as well. She also has this really intricate arm printing that leads into her pink torso, which is a really good color to get for a torso. You can see the Spider-Bite logo right there in the center, kind of with all of these different nodes for electricity, all this really cool detailing along the torso. Her head does actually not come with a secondary head, but instead of a head, it comes with a secondary hat-helmet mold. So her hair is the one that's kind of advertised as being the main part that you should put on her, but the helmet is also different. You can see her use this in the film to find Miles when he is trying to escape the Spider Society. She does have a double-sided face, so she's got a smile right there, and then a scared, worried face on the back right there, and her head is blue to represent the Avatar kind of holographic look that she has in the film. You can see that this helmet right here has some really good detailing along the eyes. It makes her look like an actual spider, and there are some really cool web prints in pink up on the top. You can take this helmet off like that and just replace it with her normal hair, and that does look very on par with her character in the film, and that's honestly perfect. In her hand, she does have this little holographic little bookend piece, and that has a little holo display showing the spider from Universe 42, the spider that bit Miles, and that's supposed to show you what universe Miles was sent to after the events of the film. Next up, we have Charlotte Weber, aka Sun Spider. She does have these amazing molded crutch pieces. In her universe, she does get bit by the spider, but her disease that makes her not being able to walk does not go away. So it is a good way to show that a Spider-Man can be Spider-Man no matter what the consequences or no matter what the situation. I love the printing on the knees. You can see some braces there. That's really cool. You've got some orange detailing underneath that black and red jacket, which is definitely unique to any Spider-Man that we've seen before. You can see that the arms are orange, but they've got a lot of web printing on there. I love the dark gray and the black printing. That is really cool. You can see on the back of her torso, there is a red hood there, and her hat is actually molded backwards, so it's supposed to tip back like that, and it does have the spider logo on the back of her hat. And then her face print, she does not come with an alternate face print. We don't actually see her face in the film, but the X across her face is really, really cool with those really specialized eyes. Next up, we have Cyborg Spider-Woman, which is such a shame of a fig just because we were supposed to get a lot with this character in the film, but we didn't end up getting any sort of scenes with her in it where she was actually talking. But this fig, nonetheless, is still amazing. I love the side printing on the legs. There's a little pouch there on the right leg, and then you've got some different web lines in this almost like a chainmail, almost like barbed wire. It's really, really cool. You can see some chains across her legs as well, some different straps, some spikes, stuff like that. Her arm printing is fantastic. You can definitely make an apocalyptic Spider-Man out of this. This alone is an apocalyptic Spider-Man. There's some chains going all the way from her shoulders down to the middle of her back, as well from her sides, and on the front of the torso is the same deal. She also has the Lego Batman movie sort of belt, utility belt piece there in a darker yellow, which is just really cool. We don't get those a lot, especially in CMFs, but she does have one of these robotic arms with just one of these new smaller half bar pieces with a 1x1 with a hole in the middle of it. She comes with this brand new molded neck attachment that has these cool spikes on one shoulder, and then these spikes kind of like almost like a muzzle on the front of her face. She's got some really cool printing on the head there. You can see that almost the barbed wire webbing on the back there, and then she's got a robotic eye on the left, and then a covered eye on the right. Up next, we have Peter Parker, aka Wolf Spider. Wolf Spider is really cool. You've got some really nice printing across that classic wolf molded headpiece right there. He does have technically tri-molded legs. One leg has the dark tan, I think it's dark nougat color up to blue, and then one has red up to blue molded there. And you can see a bunch of different tears for the wolf's fur would be poking out of the outfit. You can see some claws coming through at the bottom. I like how one boot's just completely removed. The tail piece does kind of break up the torso and the legs, but it does work still, especially since there's so much alternation between the fur and the suit. So you can see his arms have also been dual molded on the left arm, at least, where it goes from the dark nougat to the blue color, and you can see more tears. On the right arm, you can just see some basic fur, and on the face, oh my gosh, the Spider-Man mask printed on that face mold is so cool. I love the teeth and the sort of like clenched teeth back there in the back. He's got the printed nose as well, just in black. And yeah, this fig is really cool all around. Next up, we have Patrick O'Hara, aka Webslinger, and his horse Widow. These two are fantastic. I love the amount of detail put into the different prints on especially the torso on this one. I love that dark yellow kind of color right there for the torso. He does have some dual molded legs as well. As you can see, a lot of these figs do have dual molding. His legs do have the brown into the sand blue color, so sand blue is definitely something that's not get dual molded quite often. You can see that there are some really good boot prints on the boots on the dual molded part, which is the brown, and then it goes up into the different straps on the sand blue. He does carry a lasso, as well as, again, that torso being that dark yellow. You can kind of see it underneath that little side cape piece that he has. On that cape piece, there is some amazing printing. I'm actually going to move Widow really quick so you can see that, but he does have his spider logo sitting on the side of his arm, which is just so unique and cool, and I love the webbing in this old Western style. He does have that, again, that lasso in that medium nougat color, and he does have a cowl piece for the bottom of his head, so that way you do kind of have the mouth where that would be covered up. And then he also has the normal Spider-Man face print. I'm pretty sure that print, though, the eyes are moved up just a little bit, unique for this fig. So if you do take that off, you can kind of see that the face print was kind of stretched out. He kind of looks like the 90s Spider-Man right there, which is pretty cool. And he does come with just a generic cowboy hat. His horse, Widow, aka Spider Horse, was definitely downsized for this CMF. They couldn't put a full-size horse inside the box. That just makes sense. I love the printing there on the eyes. They're very specialized for the horse. And it's funny that they're on the side of the head, just like an actual horse's eyes would be. And this is just the small pony piece being used in gray with the dual molding of brown. Last but certainly not least, we have Miles G. Morales. I saved him for last just because he is technically the only villain in this lineup. On the side of his legs, you can see that there are some really good prints right down there, and it looks really, really good. It goes up into the straps that are on his knees and then goes up into the pockets. He actually has printed pockets, which is crazy. That's something that I've actually never seen in Lego form before, so that's pretty cool. Other than some of the CMFs that do have that on the side, this kind of goes, the straddles the front and the side of the leg, so it's definitely printed on and it lines up really well. The side arm printing on there is really cool. He's got these canisters for the gauntlets that the Prowler wears, and he has this really cool back bling, almost like Fortnite it kind of looks like, and it has like this little holders for the different batons that the Prowler uses throughout the films. He's got that logo underneath his jumpsuit, and then you can see that's in regular purple, and the logo itself is in that neon pink. And then on his face, you can see that he has this really cool hair-helmet mold right there, and that looks just fantastic. You can see the Prowler logo in the eyes, and then you actually do have a little flared up collar piece right there in pink, so that's really, really cool, and it looks just like the Prowler. And as we take his little face print off right there, you can see he's got more of a weathered smile, so this Miles has definitely been through a lot more than the others Miles has, and he does not have a secondary face print, but you're supposed to take this hair right here, and that is supposed to be his actual hair, and put it right on top of there. I wish this would focus, but there you go. So that is what that looks like all together. You can put his gauntlets back on, and again, those are in the same dark pearl, and that looks really, really good right there. You put these back on, and he's just got the normal Prowler, you know, the gauntlets that he always has on in the comics especially. And then he also does come with a record, so you do have that right there, which is pretty dang cool. That's just printed on a 2x2 circular tile. One last detail that I did want to point out before I leave you today, we do have the minifig base plate, which is printed in a brand new, actually molded in a brand new color, this transparent orange. For this piece, it does make it look like one of the different portals that Miguel is able to open with the watches that he has created. This is really, really cool. The neon orange was kind of one of those colors that was used in a lot of the posters, so this is a perfect color to represent the different portals. It looks like they're all coming through different portals through different universes. Overall, the Spider-Man CMF is one of the best CMFs that we have ever gotten, especially since it is a tie-in with an IP. I am so grateful to get all of these, and it's just really, really cool. There has been a problem with scalping with these already, so we really encourage people not to do that. If you're going for one, just get one. You don't have to get multiples. As much as some people do want multiples of each, as much as I want a ton of them, I'm not going to do that just because I know other people do want them and they might not have the opportunity to go out and get them for themselves. So again, that is going to be all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.